Hello everybody and welcome back to Building Mal MTG. My name is Austin if you're new, and today we are going to be going over 5 commander cards that I think are awesome and super fun to play with. But before we hop in, please take a moment to like and subscribe because it really helped my small channel out a ton. Building Mal MTG just hit 356 subscribers, so thank you to all my subscribers out there. And one last thing, check out the MTG Discord, link in the description down below. Alright, so let's get started. So the first card on our list is Rotus Monument with a market price of $1.20. So, Rotus Monument is a 3-drop legendary artifact that says green creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast a creature spell, target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. So, this card's great for decks that just want to be dumping green creatures, which there's quite a bit of green commander decks that do like to do that. So some decks that I might consider putting this in are Chatterfane, Squirrel General. By the way, I have a deck tech on that, so check that out if you're interested. We have Finn the Fanebearer, also have a deck tech on that. Let's see, what else? That bear that allows your green creatures to deal combat damage as though they weren't blocked. And that Hydra green commander. Yeah, I can just keep naming green commanders all day, but 1 reduction, and then also just giving your creature +2/+2 and trample until end of turn is great. So yeah, that's why that's on here. Next card up is Solemn Simulacrum. So Solemn Simulacrum is market price 99 cents, and this card is great. So for 4, you get a 2/2 artifact creature golem. When Solemn Simulacrum enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library, and when Solemn Simulacrum dies, you may draw a card. So in decks that you're not getting access to a bunch of ramp, this card's definitely great in there. So like white decks, mono white, you know, this is great in those type of decks that you need more access to ramp. And then also the artifact's nice, some decks care about that, and also the draw. So yeah, definitely a great card to put in your commander decks. Next up, we have a super fun card, which is Combustible Gearhulk. So first of all, Combustible Gearhulk's market price is 71 cents, so definitely affordable. So for 6, you get a 6/6 first strike artifact creature construct, and when Combustible Gearhulk enters the battlefield, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. If that player does it, you mill 3 cards. Then Combustible Gearhulk deals damage to that player equal to the total mana value of those cards. So, I find that if you just choose the person with the weakest health in your commander game, most of the time they're just going to have you draw 3 cards. So you just paid 6 to draw 3 cards and get a giant creature with first strike onto the battlefield. That seems like a pretty good deal to me. Also, it's an artifact, so those artifact decks definitely check this out for your deck. And yeah, it's just a great card. It's really fun to play too, because if your opponent doesn't have you draw, then you can just deal tons of damage to them. And yeah. Next up, we got Xanathar, Guild Kingpin. This card is amazing, mostly as a commander, but also you could run this in the 99. Its market price is $4.33, so definitely not cheap, but at least for me anyways. But it's really cool. So yeah, for 4, a blue and a black, you get a 5/6 Beholder legendary creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent. Until end of turn, that player can't cast spells. You may look at the top card of their library anytime, and you may play the top card of their library, and you may spend mana as though it were any color to cast spells this way. So basically, you pick an opponent, look at the top card of their library, and you can just keep casting cards off the top, which is great. So you basically just play with your opponent's decks, and yeah, so you could get potentially like a ton of value off this. You drop this, drop a land from their deck, which is great, and then you just start dumping creatures. And keep in mind that you can spend mana to cast these spells as if they were any color, so that's great as well. So yeah, just definitely a super fun card to play with and very powerful in some situations. So yeah. And the final card on the list, definitely a killer card in Commander, is so cool, is the World Tree. So this is coming in at market price $3.09. And this card's great. So the World Tree is a land. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a green mana, and as long as you control 6 or more lands you control have add 1 mana of any color. So 5 color decks, put this in here. You don't even have to worry about the last ability. All your lands can now tap for 1 mana of any color if you have 6 or more, which is not that hard to reach. So that alone, like not even focusing on this last ability, is insane. But let's go over the last ability. If you pull this off, you probably win. It's amazing. And this is on a land, keep in mind. So this is like insane value for a free card that you just get to play and add mana with. And yeah. So for 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, and 2 green, so 10 mana, you can tap it, sacrifice the World Tree, search your library for any number of God cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So, this card is insane. The amount of value that you can get for just 10 mana, going to search through your deck, getting all the God cards out of it, putting them onto the battlefield right away, it's insane. If you pull this ability off, I'm just going to call it, you win. Yeah, that's insane value, especially on a land. Like, just the ability alone to be able to pull that off is pretty bizarre. So yeah, it's definitely a very cool land as well. So that's why it's on the list. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.